to use Coder to create like a new service based on a working example, let's say. So we are gonna use like as a sample this project here, examples that have a set of handlers in Lambda, and oh, sorry, this is actually what we're gonna generate. Yeah, so it has this code structure here, and I want to create a new one, like delete to do automatically based on this existing structure. How we're gonna do that? So we invoke coder and we ask it to create service delete to do, for example, and use as a example the get to do operation, which is something that is in in some of the files that we are going to provide here when we use files. So we are telling Coder to provide those files. So everything that has get to do in their name, and output to the same directory. It means that it will like override the working directory also if it creates a new one, or you can create like a new folder just to be sure that you're not gonna mess with your workspace. But in this case, I want to do it directly. This is something special just to enable it saying a bit more content, because the default values are a bit low, to avoid like overspending. Okay, let's use the debug mode, and I will add my API key. For sure it's hidden. I use like a secret vault here, and let's see what happens. Okay, now it is preparing the workspace files according to what I mentioned here. So it is sending the prompt to in this case to OpenAI, but you could be using like a local LLM model or something. And now it's waiting for the answer. Maybe the model can ask for additional files. Yes, that's what happened. It asked for additional files in my workspace. I provided some of those files that it asked me, and then it can, like, as I give more files, it can ask for more, and that eventually it will generate the files. And as you can see, there is a estimation here, like this cost like 9 cents, and it generated the files. You can see here, like, already in the directory. So if you see handlers, yeah, before we had those two, now we have the additional one. That it was smart because it detected the folder structure, the folder name, and it also used the same structure with CDK, for example. If you see here, it like is similar, like it's creating, but it created like something different, like method delete using like the proper REST API way of doing that. Already had some nice description here as a starting point. It also used the same standard that we are using this project for schemas, because we are using Zod schemas to define the OpenAPI, and it even created like an initial version of the schema, which is very nice. And in the Lambda, it also is using this schema as part of the Lambda event type to type the event. And it has like here you're gonna add the logic to delete. Yeah, sometimes the code generation changes a bit because the LLM is not like totally repeatable. Let's say each time that you run, it might generate a bit more or less, but in general, that's how things work. So this is the boilerplate for delete to do, and now I here in a real case I should have to implement the real one. So, but this is just a example of what kind of things we can do. We can tweak with the task. Like here is create service blah blah blah, but I could create documentation blah blah blah, or create tests for blah blah blah, or check if the certain file could be optimized or something like this. So that's it.